Hey, my name is Ben Mastracco. If you want to eat healthier, laugh harder, and live better, you have definitely found the right channel. Today on Comedy Kitchen, we're getting classy. Yeah, super classy. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Persimmon Brulee, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, this is a little different than the types of things that I normally do. Today's recipe is not only absolutely delicious, but it's only 7 ingredients, and it's the perfect way to convince your family and friends once and for all that you're one classy son of a bitch. Let's preheat the oven to 375 degrees. So I'm making 2 servings today, so I've got 2 persimmons, and I'm gonna start by cutting each persimmon into 3 even rounds. Next, I'm gonna layer my persimmons into this oven-safe dish. All right, now I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of some small diced butter. I'm gonna pour in half a teaspoon of some vanilla extract, and I'm gonna sprinkle on half a teaspoon of some ground cinnamon. Now I'm gonna cover this with some foil. All right, I'm gonna pop this in the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour until the persimmons are super nice and soft, but not necessarily falling apart. Hey, well, we've got a few minutes to kill. Let's have a little bit of fun with the classic segment that I like to call fan mail. Let's see what we got here. Definitely not allowed to say that on the air. Ooh, that is just good old-fashioned blackmail right there. Ooh. Is this another restraining order? Come on, Beyonce. That does not look good at all. This appears to be just packaging material. There is nothing in that box at all. Well, looks like that's all the fan mail we have for today. So let's go ahead and check back in on those persimmons. All right, my persimmons are cooked all the way through. They're nice and tender. I've transferred them to a foil-lined baking sheet here, and here's where things start to get a little bit more fun, a little bit more fancy. So what I'm gonna do next is blot each persimmon with a paper towel. We wanna get the top of each piece of persimmon nice and dry. Kinda like my comedy. You guys get it? My comedy's, kinda like my... I'm gonna sprinkle some sugar on top of each slice of persimmon. It's gonna be about half a teaspoon, maybe up to 3/4 of a teaspoon per slice of persimmon. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some safety glasses for this next step here. You don't really need safety glasses necessarily, but I just think they make me look cool, so. Now I've got my trusty torch here, so what I'm gonna do with this is torch the top of each of these slices of persimmon until the sugar gets all bubbly. Then after a few seconds, it's gonna crisp up a little bit, right? You guys ready to torch these bad boys? Let's do this. One sec, you guys, hang on. There we go. See how bubbly that sugar's getting? That's how you know you're doing it right. Alternatively, you can also put them under the broiler for somewhere around 4 to 8 minutes, but watch them very carefully to make sure that they don't burn. Now, if everything goes correctly, you should have a nice crispy layer of sugar on top of each slice of persimmon. Now here is where things start to get even more fancy. I've got a nice pretty plate here, and I'm gonna spoon on a little creme fraiche. Ooh! Yeah, right? I'm just gonna put it down in the center of the plate here and smear a little line. Now I'm gonna take my persimmon rounds and lay them in a nice, pretty line. Last but certainly not least, I'm gonna top them with a little bit of fresh chopped mint. Totally optional, but it's a lovely little garnish that's gonna go a long way. Now how classy is that, you guys, huh? I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling pretty fancy right now. I'm feeling pretty fancy. You get that sort of caramelized persimmon, you get that crunchy sugar, little bit of tang, little bit of pop from the fresh mint. That is heaven on a plate right there. Hey, remember to subscribe if you're new and leave a nice, classy comment while you're at it. Holiday stuff is coming up right around the corner, so you're definitely gonna wanna make sure you tune in for that. So I'll see you guys right back here next Thursday on another episode of Comedy Kitchen.